To live is to suffer. To survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process, he does not become a monster, and if you gaze long enough into an abyss, the abyss will gaze back into you. Hope in reality is the worst of all evils, because it prolongs the torments of man. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. One must still have chaos in oneself, to be able to give birth to a dancing star. Without music, life would be a mistake. All things are subject to interpretation. Whichever interpretation prevails at a given time is a function of power and not truth. We should consider every day lost, on which we have not danced at least once, and we should call every truth false which was not accompanied by at least one laugh. He who would learn to fly one day must first learn to stand, and walk and run and climb and dance. One cannot fly into flying. A pair of powerful spectacles has sometimes sufficed to cure a person in love. It is not a lack of love, but a lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages. Ah, women, they make the highs higher and the lows more frequent. God is dead, God remains dead, and we have killed him. Yet his shadow still looms. How shall we comfort ourselves, the murderers of all murderers? What was holiest and mightiest of all that the world has yet owned has bled to death under our knives. Who will wipe this blood off us? What water is there for us to clean ourselves? It is impossible to suffer without making someone pay for it. Every complaint already contains revenge. You have your way, I have my way. As for the right way, the correct way, and the only way, it does not exist. The essence of all beautiful art, all great art, is gratitude. There is always some madness in love, but there is also always some reason in madness. In every real man a child is hidden that wants to play. The true man wants to things, danger and play. For that reason he wants woman, as the most dangerous plaything. There are no facts, only interpretations. Women are considered deep. Why? Because one can never discover any bottom to them. Women are not even shallow. We love life, not because we are used to living, but because we are used to loving. The doer alone learneth. On the mountains of truth you can never climb in vain. Either you will reach a point higher up today, or you will be training your powers so that you will be able to climb higher tomorrow. In individuals, insanity is rare, but in groups, parties, nations and epochs, it is the rule. There cannot be a God because if there were one, I could not believe that I was not he. Insanity in individuals is something rare, but in groups, parties, nations and epochs, it is the rule. Thoughts are the shadows of our feelings, always darker, emptier and simpler. When you look into an abyss, the abyss also looks into you. The man of knowledge must be able not only to love his enemies, but also to hate his friends. A casual stroll through the lunatic asylum shows that faith does not prove anything. One should die proudly, when it is no longer possible to live proudly. There are no eternal facts, as there are no absolute truths. Blessed are the forgetful, for they get the better even of their blunders. Madness is rare in individuals, but in groups, parties, nations, and ages it is the rule. When marrying, ask yourself this question: do you believe that you will be able to converse well with this person into your old age? Everything else in marriage is transitory. The surest way to corrupt a youth is to instruct him to hold in higher esteem those who think alike than those who think differently. Whatever is done for love always occurs beyond good and evil. Not necessity, not desire, no. The love of power is the demon of men. Let them have everything: health, food, a place to live. entertainment, they are and remain unhappy and low-spirited. For the demon waits and will be satisfied. Fear is the mother of morality. Many are stubborn in pursuit of the path they have chosen, few in pursuit of the goal. Stupid as a man, say the women, cowardly as a woman, say the men. Stupidity in a woman is unwomanly. Love is blind, friendship closes its eyes. Convictions are more dangerous foes of truth than lies. The best weapon against an enemy is another enemy. There are horrible people who, instead of solving a problem, tangle it up and make it harder to solve for anyone who wants to deal with it. Whoever does not know how to hit the nail on the head should be asked not to hit it at all. Whenever I climb, I am followed by a dog called ego. Those who cannot understand how to put their thoughts on ice should not enter into the heat of debate. The great epochs of our life are the occasions when we gain the courage to rebaptize our evil qualities as our best qualities. In heaven, all the interesting people are missing. War has always been the grand sagacity of every spirit, which has grown to inward and to profound. Its curative power lies even in the wounds one receives. The most common lie is that which one lies to himself. Lying to others is relatively an exception. Perhaps I know best why it is man alone who laughs. He alone suffers so deeply that he had to invent laughter. The irrationality of a thing is no argument against its existence, rather a condition of it. The future influences the present just as much as the past. There is more wisdom in your body than in your deepest philosophy. When one has not had a good father, one must create one. Faith, not wanting to know what is true. Nothing is beautiful. Only man. On this piece of naivete rests all aesthetics. It is the first truth of aesthetics. Let us immediately add its second. Nothing is ugly but degenerate man. The domain of aesthetic judgment is therewith defined. Friedrich Nietzsche was a 19th-century German philosopher, known for his provocative ideas that challenged conventional morality, religion, and philosophy. He advocated for the reevaluation of societal norms and the pursuit of individual self-realization. Nietzsche criticized Christianity and traditional moral values, promoting the concept of the Übermensch or Superman who transcends societal constraints. His works, including thus Spoke Zarathustra and Beyond Good and Evil, continue to influence philosophy, literature, and cultural studies. Nietzsche's philosophy encourages individuals to question norms, embrace their uniqueness, and strive for personal growth and self-realization.